Kenneth, what's the frequency? Those strange, unexplained words may hold the clue to the identities of two well-dressed men who attacked CBS newscaster Dan Rather.
As Rather began walking south down Park Avenue, he said two well-dressed men in dark suits and white shirts approached him. According to police, one of the men said, "Kenneth, what is the frequency?" When Rather replied, "You have the wrong guy," Rather said one of the men punched him in the head, knocked him to the ground, and kicked him repeatedly.
Everybody who disliked Dan for whatever reason, particularly politicians, didn't believe the story.
The motive remains a mystery. It doesn't appear to have been a robbery attempt, and police say it may have been just a case of mistaken identity. Meanwhile, they're still searching for Dan Rather's attackers.
People thought that he faked his own assault. Dan Rather? Straight arrow Dan Rather?
Right, the dominant reaction to this story was mocking. Right, people did have him for Dan Rather, and they thought he was losing it, that he was nuts. Right, I remember this at the late 1980s. Dan Rather had a reputation for being nuts.
What's the frequency guy got caught. He was a real person, and he was a real dangerous person. He killed someone at the Today Show.
Tager is charged with pumping the bullets into Theron's body outside of the Today Show studios Wednesday.
People thought it was funny. It wasn't funny. He nearly died. He has injuries to this day from that assault. My dad could have easily lost his life and got beat within an inch of it. But a couple of years later, REM made a really great song out of it.
Exactly what is troubling him, only he knows.
There was a school of people who thought Dan was a little nuts, that he was going to crack on the air. He was considered to be intense.
He's a chained tiger, and occasionally get into trouble for it.